Welcome to District 4, the best place to be for information and news. I'm your host, A Love, here with the legendary A Robin, one of my favorite guests. We are talking hacks in AAA Gaming. Let's talk about it. I thought I was going to say something, I wasn't.
Okay, so pretty much recently there's been like a lot of people that have been like hacking the games.
Yeah.
So like in shooting games, they have like an aimbot, which allows them to automatically target somebody without really aiming themselves. So you just hit a button and it aims for you to the closest person.
Oh.
And then you aim directly at their head, which does the most damage, and you pretty much just like kill a whole bunch of people. And so there's like literally multiple videos on YouTube of people just being cheated out of by somebody hacking. The problem about it is like when there's money involved, you know, some people play games for a living and they have to maintain like a certain standard in order to keep their job.
Right.
And you're losing to somebody who's manipulating the game. It causes a lot of problems. Plus, it makes people not want to play the game when there's people cheating all the time. Okay, so when I play Call of Duty, part of the reason I don't play Warzone anymore is because I know when you hit a certain point, there's going to be people that are cheating. And you can tell when they're cheating. So it destroys like your desire to want to play the game because you don't want to hop on there and be like, well, if I'm not cheating, I'm pretty much not going to win.
About like in a game, like how many would you say that you, not only that you can tell the difference between the ones that are hacking and the ones that are not, but how many people would you say out of the teams would be hacking? Like what's a rough percentage? I mean, obviously you're not going to know.
So it goes up the higher level you get to. So when there's a ranking system, like the better rank you're in, the more likely there are to be hackers because that's where they would be because you're cheating. So you're going to beat all the tacky people and then you're going to beat a lot of good people simply because you're just cheating. You're not playing better than them. It's just the game's playing better than
Would you consider a hack a cheat or is it just a good strategy?
It's a hack for a reason. But
is it
percentage-wise, to answer your
or
question,
is it a good strategy?
I would say about 10% people cheat, which isn't a lot when you think percentage-wise, but numbers-wise, when there's millions of people that play video games,
right?
That's a couple million people that cheat all the time.
What do you would say like the top? Not that we're encouraging you to hack, but what would you say would be like some top, like 4 or 5 hacks that you notice?
So one thing in fighting games, people will lag switch. So essentially it's like a little thing that hooks up to the computer. You can plug it into your Xbox and you can flip the switch in order to mess up with the other person's internet.
No way!
So either they'll get lagged out or they'll move excessively slow or choppy to where you can't really play the game, but you're moving just fine on your end. So you'll beat people like that. I actually have I have a couple recordings that I have to send into Xbox of somebody hacking because my player is like moving at like 2 miles. I was playing Mortal Kombat and he's literally moving at this speed, but the other dude's like, so I was like, nah.
You're like, no.
You're not even good. So there's that. There's aimbotting, so where it pretty much, like I said, aims for you. There's another one, it's called something else, but it's where you can aim this way, but if there's somebody over there, the gun will shoot that way to hit that person.
Oh, to trick you into thinking,
it's not even tricking you, it's just like, it's like I guess like a scanner to where it's like, okay, well, oh, there's somebody here, even though you don't see him, I do. So you'll be facing this way, and they pull the trigger and the bullets will go that way and hit that person. And you're like, okay, yeah, like you're definitely cheating. Yeah. So there's that. They have what they call Zens in 2K.
Quote unquote.
So you hook it up to your controller and you pretty much like, if you press a certain direction on the directional pad, you'll make the shot almost every time, contested or not. So that includes fades, step backs, you know, catch and shoot, drifted, any type of shot. If you just hit a certain button, whatever button you need to hit, it goes in every single time. And so like it's heavily on current gen 2K. Okay. So a lot of people like stopped playing because you have people shooting, you know, 80% from the 3-point line. And you're like, okay.
And like clearly this is not.
And
like,
so they had a 2K tournament like where somebody won $10,000 or something like that, and he was cheating.
Did they find that out afterwards?
They didn't do anything about it. He still got the money. Because like one thing to tell if somebody's cheating is like, so in 2K you can aim your shot.
Okay.
And so to let you know if you're centered or not, or if you're left or right.
Right.
So one big thing to tell is when it says center every single time. And people are like, nah.
That's a little tip, you guys. If it says center every time.
Yeah, every single time. And you can also like, you can tell like a lot of times by how people play, whether they're cheating or not. Like they'll like, you can tell like they're not good at dribbling or something like that, but they'll just be shooting the ball the entire time. And you're like, okay.
You're like, you can't dribble, but you can shoot really well. How's that?
Yeah, it's not about that. It's more about the fact that like the type of shots that they'll take. Like they'll knowingly just repeatedly take bad shots because they know the game's gonna bail them out. It's that type of stuff.
Okay.
So it's like, okay. And then so the aimbotting.
What's that? That's number 4?
That's 3. There's aimbotting, there's lag switching, there's the Zens, there's oh well, I guess there's another one where I forgot what it's called. Where they pretty much shut off your internet entirely.
Oh.
They do it in all types of games, whether it's 2K, FIFA, Apex, whatever. I forgot what it's called, but they pretty much put your name to a website, as long as they have the gamer tag, which is why people have to appear offline now. And then they pretty much press enter. And what it does is it overloads your router.
Oh,
and so it resets it because it's too much information coming in at one time. So your router will restart.
Wrong.
It'll shut down and restart.
So
yeah. So a lot of times, like me and T, one of my friends, T, who plays video games with me, and we play 2K a lot, we'll know, like, let's say like the game's close. Okay, it's 19-19, game goes to 21, so the next person score wins. We get a steal, we're on a fast break, boom, so one of us lags out. The person with the ball that was getting ready to make the shot just so happens to lag. All of a sudden.
Coincidental.
Okay.
It's of course.
So we play him again, then the same thing happens twice? Okay, yeah. My internet been good all day.
Guys, come on.
My internet been good all day. They do the same thing in Call of Duty too. You'll aim at somebody or like it'll be the last people left. And there's times where I've aimed at somebody and then my screen just like stops and next thing you know I'm dead.
What?
I'm like,
you're like, really? Is that really happening?
But it didn't happen all day.
Right.
That's the thing. Like it doesn't happen all day.
It's the moment it's happening.
But it's the moment, like when you're about to beat somebody. Like, nah, you good. It's like, okay, all right. So you're clearly setting me up. But I have clips of people cheating on Apex too. Just flat out cheating. Yep.
Just
there's some people where like you shoot at them, but none of your shots register. So it's like you never shot them. Yeah. So imagine like me throwing punches, but it looks like I'm hitting you, but you're not taking any damage. Exactly. What? So it's like, oh man. Then with the aimbotting on top of that, it's crazy. If you play a team full of them, you'll never win. But you can also tell by like sometimes how people aim with certain guns.
Yeah.
So like certain guns aren't long range guns. I'm not gonna hit a mile away shot with a pistol and really, you know what I'm saying? But they'll hit you like perfectly every time. You're like, okay. I know what gun that is, and that ain't it. You're not supposed to be shooting like that.
Just to add a little bonus before you hit number 5. So I saw a special on, I don't know if it's called Spreading. Okay, I'm probably wrong about the name because I'm only a casual gamer, so I don't know. But this is like severe form of hacking where they send the police to your house. Yes, I think they call in a bomb threat or something, or they do an actual phone call to the police as if you're doing something. I don't know, something.
I don't know if that's hacking. That's just wrong.
It's not even hacking, but it's like an extreme version of people taking gaming too far, and these sort of rivalries happening.
That's too much.
And I can't. It's like an underground version of it, but it's for the extremists. The person's just out of control, and the police ends up coming, and they just basically bust into you and raid you. And I forgot what it's called. If you know the name of it, I'm scared for you because that means you probably understand how that concept works. But I bring it to the attention only so people are aware of it. That there are people there's always extremists in anything. You know, don't take it too far. Don't get power behind the screen.
Another hack is a modded controller. So
what is it?
There's controllers that you can like mod to where, like, let's say you're playing a fighting game, it'll respond for you before you press anything.
The controller.
Yeah. So if you need to block or something, like, it'll block essentially, like there's like programs you can put in there that like it'll block for you. So like in gaming, like they'll test, like that's why they have people bring personal controllers and they check them and they put them in scan and stuff before you can play the game, because there's modded controllers that'll like do stuff for you. So like you might, you know what I'm saying, like you might hit a certain input, but the game might, you know, the controller might be like, oh, we'll block for you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, there's crazy hacks. And people take Adderall, which is like...
Yeah, we were talking about that the last video. If you didn't see that, watch our very last video. It's the competitive, what happened to the competitive.
Yeah, so it pretty much is like a focus drug. So you'll be like 100% attentive on whatever you're doing. So you'll react faster. Like the cheating gap is crazy. Some people like, when they play like games or like basketball games, they like there's sliders that you can mess with that makes your shots going all the time. Like it's the hacking, the cheating in general, it's so crazy.
Do you think they're like stepping it up just because like one person will be on Adderall and the next one's like, if you're gonna be on Adderall, I'm gonna play, and you know.
So that's
you feel like they're
what I was getting
competing.
to is that exactly that, like it's to a point where like everybody, like people hop on to hacking to kind of say, well, I have to do it in order to compete. So it ruins a lot of it, because now, like, even on right now on current Gen 2K, people will say, like, need 2 people, I have a Zen. So it's pretty much open, like, I'm cheating.
Oh, wow.
Let's play. Like,
so it's not even considered really cheating.
It is cheating. They banned it.
Oh, they banned it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is
you
cheating.
can't do it in next gen because they changed the controls and stuff, so you can't do it. But in current one, they're going to use the hell out of those things and make sure they win every game possible, as much as they got to cheat. And so the problem with it is like people use it during like wagers, when you play for money and tournaments and stuff like that. So that's what makes it a problem. So these professionals that put in hours and hours and hours to actually be good at the game, lose out on, you know, potential, you know, when you're gaming professionally, that's your job, that's money. So if I miss out on $15,000, $20,000 because somebody's cheating, you know what I'm saying?
It's not, right. So for the developers, as you continue to develop these games,
their system, it's
repeat the top 5 hacks currently, because then once we say them, the people are going to be like, okay, now we need to create new ones. Do the top 5.
Well, I don't really have the top 5, but it's like...
Or not the top 5, but just 5 of them that you can look for.
The Zen is the controller thing. There's modded controllers that do a whole bunch of stuff.
Modded controllers.
The Zen's the little program thing that you connect to the controller. The modded controller is the cheat himself in the controller.
Okay.
Lag switching, which is hacking somebody's aim botting, which aims for you. And then I think that was
taking like extras like Adderall or any type of focus, intense.
That's a body hack at that point.
That's a body hack.
Yeah, body hacking at that point. But yeah, that stuff is crazy. And man, there's so many tournaments where people had to leave and they got caught and all types of stuff. They look at like, that's what, it's crazy. Like they try to catch as much as they can, and I think they do a reasonable job about it. But except for on 2K, the fact that people can make a public post saying I'm cheating, I need 2 people to play with, and they're just like, well, whatever. Like, nah, you got to, you got to look into that. And lag switching was really big on 20, and it gets like, I was playing in Platinum, which is a rank in Apex, and you can kind of tell like at certain, like people are starting, like you can tell like when certain people are cheating. They won't miss any shots on anybody. It's just,
do they just start out the game that way, or do they start out actually trying to play and then?
So what a lot of people do is like when they like, let's say they get a kill or something. If they kill you, the thing about it is you can turn it off. So some people like they'll die and then they'll spectate you to see like did he really kill me or is he cheating? And so a lot of people will just turn it off and just like play regular. Then you'll see they can't shoot at all, but then you'll be like, how did?
Like, wait a minute, how did that
So you just lined me up perfectly 2 seconds ago, and now you just forgot how to shoot in 5 minutes? Nah,
Cheaters never prosper. Okay, sometimes.
That's not true. They do.
I was gonna say something. I wish I could say cheaters.
That's not true at all. They definitely prosper. It's been working too.
But it's like anything. When you start getting to something that's hard and you really need to know how to play,
that's the problem.
That's when you're in trouble. If you really want to ever go into competitive gaming,
that's the thing.
And you've used all these, hacks to get you noticed. What happens when you get in there and then people can actually play?
Well, here's the problem about it though. So like you can like with streaming things and YouTube videos, when you like use these clips and stuff, you can get money through that without competing for anything.
Oh.
So people would just watch you play and think you're just this baby Jesus at the game. And you're really cheating the whole time. So and if you pick when you turn it on and off, like you can make it look like, oh, I just had a bad day today, but tomorrow I'm really gonna have a great one, because you know what's about to happen. Yeah. So I don't know. It ruins a lot of games.
Do you think it's better to just not hack and just play, or do you think hacking?
I don't think it'll ever stop, because people always like to cheat in anything. Even you think about people cheating in everything. People cheat in relationships. People cheat. They try to cheat Vegas. Steal chips. Yeah, they try to cheat Vegas. You know, they cheat people in investments. They cheat in all types of stuff. So people give out fake money. That's pretty much cheating the system too. You get free products. So like, at the end of the day, people cheat or hack it, and anything they can do.
Sad, but true.
But leave it alone in gaming.
Yeah, I guess the goal is to discourage hacking, because we really want to play real players and like earn what you're doing. But of course, not everybody wants to do that. So maybe by bringing it to your attention, well, we hope to discourage it. But some people are probably going to be like, hey, I didn't know I could do that. Let me go out and do that. Let me go out and get that.
I can take Adderall?
What's it called? They're right, Adderall.
I'm going to be really good today.
For those of you taking notes, no, I'm just kidding. You want to add something before we?
Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I always throw that in there. I do stream on Twitch. If you wanted to watch that, it's AMRXGhostX. That's my Twitch name. We'll probably leave it in the comment section below so you don't jack it up. And as always, we thank you for watching all the way through. We do appreciate it. And stay tuned for one of our videos called Star Citizen. We do still want to free the people. I'm just kidding. Thanks so much. We'll see you next time.